We bring you up to speed with the latest as India sounds its poll bugle. So polling is completed for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections in India in 102 seats spread over 17 states and 4 union territories on Friday. Nearly 60% voting has been recorded till 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. All 39 seats of the southern state of Tamil Nadu went to polls in the first phase. Voting was also held in a single phase for 5 seats of India's northern hilly state of Uttarakhand. The 2024 general elections will pan out in 7 phases over the next 6 weeks. Simultaneous voting also took place to elect new legislative assemblies in Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim in a single phase on Friday. And let's now connect with our correspondent Anil Thomas, tracking the great Indian election for us. Anil, India's northeast was ahead in terms of voting percentage. How are you assessing the voter turnout this time around?
Well, good evening, Tanvi. Very much on the expected lines. The northeast generally turns out in large numbers to vote. And when you look at the top 3 states and union territories that have notched the numbers above the national average of 70, you see Tripura, you see West Bengal, coming up with high numbers, along with many states in the northeast that are clocking big numbers, especially, over and above 73, 75, some even crossing 80% when it comes to voting percentage. But, the lower numbers are a bit of a shocker. You've got Bihar, that's not polled great. And that be a cause of concern, along with Maharashtra, that's also not got great numbers. But in all, the first phase of elections, the biggest phase, if one looks at the 7 phases, 102 seats here in this election, a 70% turnout is good. The Election Commission would be all smiles at the end of the day as they look at the 6 phases ahead.
Yes. Oh, okay, Anil, who are the star leaders whose fate is going to be sealed in the ballot boxes today?
Well, on a larger scale, this particular election, especially the first phase, you've got almost 8 union ministers in the fray. You've got 2 former chief ministers and 1 former governor in the election fray. So that sums up the magnitude, the importance of this particular phase. Big phases from the present government. You've got Nitin Gadkari, union minister there, Kiran Rijiju, another big name, Dharmendra Yadav from Rajasthan. You've got Arjun Ram Meghwal, big names there. Former governors is Tamil Soundarajan there fighting from Chennai South. 2 former chief ministers. You've got Trivendra Rawat there in the election fray. So it's an all-out battle when you look at the big names that are there in the fray. Also from the opposition camp, many big names that have, that you've heard many a times. Kanimuri there in the election fray, A. Raja. Big names whose ballot boxes, their fates have been sealed in the ballot boxes. But it's an interesting battle, when one looks at this particular phase. Many big names, that many counted would have an easy run, are feeling the political heat, as their ballot boxes, as their fates are sealed. But all in all, I would say it's been a close battle for many. And the results could throw up some interesting numbers, especially for the big names in the fray.
All right, political heat we are all feeling here in newsrooms as well. Thank you very much, Anil Thomas, for joining us from newsroom here in New Delhi. Elsewhere in India, campaigning is at its peak for the constituencies going to polls in subsequent phases. In the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, senior BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a poll rally in Amroha, Uttar Pradesh. All right, let's move on now on to the US.